asset protection trusts are essentially your third layer of asset protection. So like when you're just starting out investing, you're going to be starting out like LLCs and insurance. Then you're going to be growing. You're going to probably then scale those into a limited partnership or a management company. Then when you get to a little bit higher net worth, around like $1 million net, this is where we start talking about asset protection trusts. So I love asset protection trusts. They are, especially depending on where you set them up in, but there's like Baskin Robbins. You have a bunch of different flavors and types, right? Just a trust are not all the same. And I think this is a big misconception of what people listening to you think is, well, I have a trust. I have a family trust, a revocable living trust. Isn't that the same? And the answer is no, because revocable living trust are like your family estate plan, which generally we're mostly familiar with, are there to come into effect when you die to avoid probate, pass along your assets.
Yeah.
And they're generally revocable, meaning they can be changed or you can be ordered by a court, a judge to change.
Right.
All right. Asset protection trusts are completely different. Okay. They're generally irrevocable, and all asset protection trusts are irrevocable, meaning can't be changed or they're very difficult to be changed. And a judge isn't going to be able to force you to change it and give the assets back.
Okay, but hold on. What's that? Is there like a 3-year rule for that?
There's a bunch of different, it depends on the state. Some states have 2-year look back periods, 3, 5. California is the most extreme, a 10-year look back period. All right. So it's going to be state by state. That's where, depending on the type of trust you set up, comes into play on that, on just like collectability. The other big thing that asset protection trusts have that other trusts, your general trust don't, is called self-settled spendthrift provisions, right? And these are the actually like teeth that protect your assets from creditors while you're alive being sued. And that's what we really focus on. And then when it comes to just where do you set these up in, you really have 3 options. And the 3 options are, you can go purely offshore in a country like the Cook Islands. You can go domestically, purely domestically here in the US. Or what you can do is create a hybrid, which is called like a bridge trust. There's other names for it. And what it does is combines the best of both worlds. All right. And so for a little historical context of, asset protection trust, the offshore actually came first in the famous Cook Islands, 1984. Okay. And then
is that what the is that where that author John Grisham based his book on, The Firm?
I actually think it was. Yeah.
Who was that guy?
I almost was thinking it was Caymans, but I think it's the Cooks. Yeah, I have to go.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and reread it, but yeah.